All right, hi class. It's Miss Jacobson here again. We're doing our second math lesson together again today. So I'm really excited about it. We're going to be reviewing time to the nearest 5 minutes like we did yesterday. We worked on that yesterday at the end of class. And then we're also going to be doing our telling time to the nearest minute, okay? So I'm going to teach you how to do that, and then we're going to do some practice with it, okay? If you don't get it right away, that is okay. We're going to have the rest of the week to practice these skills and get to master them, okay? So we're going to try to master these skills maybe by the end of the week, okay? All right, so don't worry if you don't get it quite yet today. All right, so for today, we're going to need some specific things, for our lesson. We're going to need our answer recording sheets from our resource packet that we got from school, and that should look like this. Let me get it out for you. It should look like this. Okay, so this is the answer recording sheet that you guys should have from your resource packets. I'm going to need you to get this out. So parents, if you could help with that. And also, I sent these cards home to you guys as well. So if you see cards that look like this, you just need the first page that should be A, B, C, and D. That should be all of those on one page, okay? So you're just going to need those 2 pages for today, okay? Alrighty. You're also just going to need a blank sheet of paper. If you have a blank sheet of paper, there should be one included in your resource packet, but if not, you could use a dry erase board, or you can use anything else to write down some times, okay? Alrighty, so I am really excited about this. So how this is going to work is I am going to be showing you guys a task card. So this is one of your task cards, right? Notice how it has the letter of the alphabet right there, and it has a clock on it. And this clock has a specific time on it. Okay? So instead of drawing the hands on a clock like you guys did yesterday, today I want you guys to just read the clock. Okay? I want you to read the clock. And then I want you to write down the time that you read onto your answer sheet. Okay? So for example, let's do letter A together. Okay? So letter A. Let's look at the time and see what time it is. Okay. So we know our hour hand is pointing at the 8. Okay, so we went the whole way around. The hour hand, our short hour hand, is pointing at the 8. Okay, so it's 8 something. 8 what? If we look at our minute hand, the minute hand is pointing straight up at our 12, which means that it's 00, and we call that 8 o'clock. Okay, so then I'm just going to go over here to my timesheet, and I am going to write down 8 o'clock. Okay? Perfect. And that's what letter A is going to look like. Okay? All right, so now I want you guys to try letter B. Okay, so I'm going to slide the screen over here to letter B. All right, and I want you guys to give this one your best shot, okay? So go ahead and write down what time you see here on this clock, right on the spot right below the one you wrote letter A on, okay? So right below letter A is letter B, and I want you guys to write the time that you read on that spot. All right, I'll give you a minute to do that. So we're going to look at our hour hand first. Where is our hour hand pointing? And then we want to look at our minute hand, okay? And remember, as we go around the clock, each number that we hit is 5 minutes. So we're going to count by 5s. All right, guys, so let's look at this one together. All right, so remember, on our clock, I'm going to bring up the big clock here on our screen. So on our clock here, every time the minute hand, just a little review, every time the minute hand hits a new number, so from 12 to 1, that's 5 minutes. From 1 to 2, that's 5 minutes. From 2 to 3, 5 minutes again. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, the whole way around till we get to 60, because there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay? So let's go back to our clock here. Let's look back at our clock. All right, for time letter B, let's see, where is our hour hand? Okay, so our hour hand is pointing, it's a little bit between the 7 and the 8. It hasn't reached 8 o'clock yet, so it's 7 something. So it's 7 something. So let's start here at our 0, and let's count, okay? So from 12 to 1 is 5, 10:15. So it is 7:15 on this clock. So I'm going to get my answer sheet out right now. So let me get my answer sheet. And I'm going to write in letter B, which is right under letter A, 7:15. See? Just like that. Now we have 2 answers filled in. All right, let's do 2 more for our practice today, okay? All right, so let's do letter C. All right, so letter C. So what time do you see on this clock? Remember, count by 5s as you go around. Okay, I'll give you a minute to do that. All right, guys. So let's talk about this one. All right. So our time here on the clock. Let's figure out where our hour hand is first. So our hour hand is the little guy right here, the little hand, and he's pointing between the 9 and the 10. So he hasn't gotten to the 10 yet, so it's not 10 o'clock. It's 9 something. So we got 9 something. So let's figure out where is our minute hand pointing. So if we start here at the 12, we know that's 0. So we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It is 9:40. Great job, guys. So we're going to go to our little answer key here, and we're going to put 9:40 in there. Great job. So that's what you should have on your sheet. All right, guys, last one. All right, let's go over to letter D. All right, guys, so tell me, what time does this say on this clock? What time is this? All right, let me know. Write it down in your answer sheet, okay? And then we'll go over it. So remember, where's the hour hand pointing? That'll tell you what hour it is, and then look at the minute hand. If it's at a whole number, you count by 5s. Remember, you can always pause the video at any time. Okay, you can always pause the video at any time if I'm going too fast, and take your time to find the answers, okay? All right, let's go over this one together, okay? All right, so if we're going to go over this, let's look here at our clock. All right, so where's our hour hand pointing? Our hour hand is pointing at the 12. Okay, so we know that it's 12 something, but 12 what? Let's look at our minute hand. That's our long hand right here. Let's see. So if we're going to count by 5s, we know this is 0, 5, 10. So it is 12:10 on this clock. So we're just going to hop on over to our answer key over here. So let's put our answer key back up on the screen. And we are going to write 12:10 right here for letter D. Okay? 12:10. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so you guys can see it. All right, 12:10. Oops. It's still not small enough. There we go, 12:10. All right, so that's letter D. All right, nice job, guys. All right, so now we are going to talk a little bit about, telling time to the nearest minute, okay? So what's going to happen here is I'm going to have this clock on the screen, and I just want you guys to watch and listen, okay? Watch and listen, and then we're going to do some practice with it, okay? And we're going to be using your blank sheet of paper for, okay? So this is just going to be listening and learning, and then we're going to do a little bit of practice, okay? All right, so telling time to the nearest minute. All right, so let's say our clock is right here. It's set at 12 o'clock. All right? Remember when we do our 5s, every time we hit a new number, that's 5 minutes. So we count by 5s, right? So from 12 to 1, that's 5. 1 to 2, that's 5. 2 to 3, that's 5. So if we count up by 5s. 5, 10, 15, and so on, right? So as you can see up here on our digital clock, you can watch it go up by 5, see? 5, 10, 15, right? So I want you guys to look really, really closely right here and notice this. You see these little tick marks right here? See where my mouse is pointing and highlighting? See all these little marks that go around the face of the clock? All these little marks. Well, each of these marks actually represents one. It represents 1 minute, okay? So when the minute hand moves 1, look, it's 12:01. If it moves one more tick, that's 12:02. 12:03, 12:04, and then if it hits this tick with the number, you see this, the thicker tick, and it has the number 1, it's 12:05, right? And that's when we count by fives, when it hits the big numbers. But all these little ticks in between represent 1 minute, okay? So if our minute hand is pointing at the second tick, right? Our hour hand's at the 12. In our minute hand, we just count the little ticks in between. So it's 12:01, 12:02. See, it's pointing right there at the second tick, okay? So if we are between, let's say we're a little bit farther down our clock here. So let's say we're like down here at this one. All right, I'm going to turn this off so you guys can't see. Let's say we're down here at this one, okay? So now when we go to look at what the time is, now we have to look a little more closely at it, okay? So we start with our hour hand, like always, and we say, where is our hour hand pointing? Okay, our hour hand is pointing between the 12 and the 1. So it's 12 something, right? Awesome. So it is 12 something. Let's look at our minute hand then. Our minute hand is between the 2 and the 3. So we know if we count by fives, we have 12 to the 1 is 5 minutes, 1 to 2 is 10, so it's 12:10, but then it's a little bit past 12:10, so we got to count how many ticks passed. It's 12:10 here, then we have 1, 2 ticks, so 12:10, 12:11, 12:12. So it is 12:12. That is the time right here because our minute hand is pointing to that second tick. Okay? So every little tick around the clock is 1 minute. Okay? So we don't want to have to count. We could count if we wanted to go like here. We could count every single little tick around and it would give us the right time. So let's do that if we want. So it's 12 and then let's figure out where this one is. So if we count every single tick, 12:1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But we don't want to have to count every single tick every time we go around the clock, right? That's why we count by fives first. So we go 5, 10, 15, and then we just see, okay, what is between there? So 1 more than 15 is 16, and it is 12:16 right there. All right? So if it's a little confusing, that's okay. You can always rewatch these videos. You can always reach out to me or Mrs. Sosak if you need help. And I know your parents are also very willing to help you guys learn. All right, so don't worry if you don't get it right now. We're going to practice it and we're going to see how it goes, okay? All right, so I'm going to hit this really cool little dice here. Check out this dice. It's super cool. What's going to happen is every time I hit the dice, it's going to give you a random time, okay? So I want you guys to then write down on your blank piece of paper what time it is, and then I'm going to also have it written. I'm going to also then go over the answers with you guys and show you what the correct answer is, okay? So let's practice this for the last few minutes that we have, okay? We have about 2 minutes left. All right, so let's do at least 1 or 2 together. All right, ooh, man, that's a tough one. Whew, that is a tough one. So what time is it? Look at your hour hands. Where is your hour hand between? And look at your minute hand, okay? Look really closely where your minute hand is pointing to, okay? Look really close at where your minute hand is pointing to. All right, guys, let's go over this one together. All right, our hour hand is between the 6 and the 7. It's not at the 7 yet, so it has to be 6 something. So it is 6. Let's figure out where our minute's at. So we know that the 6, if we go straight down, that's 30, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We have 1 tick past the 30, so that's 31. So it is 6:31 on this clock. All right, guys, that's all the time that we have for today, but we are going to continue practicing this. We have the rest of the week to practice, so do not worry, but just do your best with your homework and make sure that you watch the video tomorrow, okay? Bye, guys.